The Night Thump. Leo hated stormy nights. The wind howled like a hungry wolf, and rain hammered against his window, making it impossible to sleep. He pulled his blanket tighter, trying to ignore the angry sky outside. Then he heard it. Thump. Thump. It wasn't the rain. It was softer, more rhythmic, coming from his window, like something gently bumping against the glass. Leo squeezed his eyes shut. Probably just a branch, he told himself. The old oak tree in the yard had long, reaching limbs. Thump, thump, thump. It was closer now, and faster. It sounded deliberate. Leo slowly opened his eyes, peering into the darkness of his room. The nightlight in the corner cast long, wobbly shadows that danced on the walls. He held his breath, listening. The thumping stopped. Relief washed over him, but it was short-lived. A new sound began. A soft, scraping noise. Screech, screech. It was like fingernails dragging slowly down the glass just outside his window. Leo's heart hammered against his ribs. Branches didn't scrape like that. He knew the sound of the oak tree. This was different. This was trying to get in. He wanted to hide under his covers, but a strange, horrible curiosity made him slowly, carefully, push himself up in bed. He crept towards the window, his bare feet cold on the wooden floor. The scraping continued, a slow, agonizing sound that seemed to vibrate through the glass. He reached the window, his hand trembling as he gripped the curtain. He took a deep, shaky breath and pulled it back just a tiny crack. Outside, the storm raged. Rain blurred everything. He couldn't see anything clearly, just the dark, wet outline of the oak tree. But then, through the blurry glass, he saw it. A shape, not a branch. Something dark, pressed against the window just for a second, and then the scraping stopped. Leo gasped, stumbling backward. He didn't see a face, or eyes, or anything distinct. Just a dark, indistinct form that had been there. He scrambled back to his bed, diving under the covers, pulling them over his head. He lay there, trembling, listening to the rain and the wind, but mostly listening for that scraping sound to start again. It didn't. He must have fallen asleep eventually, because when he woke, the room was bright with morning light. The storm was gone. He slowly, cautiously got out of bed. He walked to the window, his stomach twisting. He pulled back the curtain fully. The glass was streaked with rain, but in the bottom corner, just where the scraping had been, was a faint, muddy smudge. It looked like a handprint, but it was too high for anyone to reach.